Welcome to the Friday Game Night Pick'em Show here on AccessWDUN.com. Bo Wilson and Jeff Hart and Caleb Hutchins and Walker McQuarrie and
McQuarrie?
Why do I always screw your name up? It was Walter like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I just go by anything at this point.
Let's do it again. Welcome to the Friday Game Night Pick'em Show here on AccessWDUN.com. Bo Wilson alongside Jeff Hart, Caleb Hutchins, Walker McQuarrie, and the guy that pushes the buttons and make it go and makes it look all pretty with new segments, Seth Chapman. What's up, fellas?
Not a whole lot.
No.
Week 4 now?
Yeah. Told you it would fly by.
Yep.
Everybody disagreed with me.
Yeah, but this show
I didn't
drags.
disagree with you.
Back
The season moves, but this show drags.
back in studio by popular demand
Yes.
this week.
Yeah, all those text messages. Where's Caleb?
Who is?
I'm really glad I
demanding
called him out for ditching us last week.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's fair.
100%.
Yeah.
Did you get any grease on you from the underside of that bus?
Down the side of the from the bus you threw me under. No, they cleaned it good. It was good.
It was
Okay.
fine. It was a super clean. Speaking of super clean, Walker with us with his new haircut. Also in his brand new office because he has a new job.
He is not in the Air Force. He just got a haircut.
He just got a
Yeah,
haircut.
just got a
to be
haircut.
clear.
Just
Yeah.
needed to happen. It was way too long the past 3 weeks, and every time I'd watch the video back and just see the long hair, I'd like, that's too long. Got to get it cut.
So Walker, congratulations on your new job up
Appreciate
in the great state of Virginia.
Yeah, appreciate it. We're hitting the ground running here at the apprentice school. It's game week for the builders. Got Brevard coming into town this week, so we're rocking and rolling, trying to go 2-0.
Well,
So does this mean in week 8 you'll have another haircut?
Potentially,
Okay.
so every 4 weeks you get a
Well,
haircut.
here's the main thing.
4 to 6.
Yeah.
Here's the main thing. What does the wife think about the haircut?
She was hesitant until I did it, and then she said she liked it.
There you go. So the haircut's here to stay. then.
So
That's the answer.
Yeah,
You're going to keep the haircut.
Yeah, I mean, she likes when I have hair, and then she doesn't want me to cut it. But then when I do cut it, she says she likes it. So I just don't really, I don't know how to take that.
Walker, that's precious.
Yeah.
It's precious.
It's okay, Walker. Brooke did the same thing with the beard. She wasn't too keen on it at first, and then it grew on her.
I will say definitely.
Actually, it grew on you.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I will say
Good one, Bo.
Seth definitely has the best beard in this office.
He does. He lets
Well,
it
thank you,
grow
Caleb.
out.
Mine's a complete mess. Yours is better, but it's still it's not as good as that.
Yeah,
though.
no.
I
it's
will
not.
second that, Caleb. I'm sorry, but your facial hair is an unmitigated disaster.
It's rough.
it's bad.
It's rough. It's pretty bad.
There's a lot of hope in Caleb's beard, though.
What you mean, like hoping Caleb that he will have a beard one of these
Hoping
days,
that it
or
fills
just
in.
We're trying to build a program. we're laying the ground. You know.
Well, you need to talk to Walker. He is now a builder.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
So there you go. All right, guys, let's get to high school football. And, of course, week number 3, and we'll just get at it. Any surprises, as usual, in week number 3 for anyone here?
I believe I had a winning pick that Bo and I discussed yesterday.
You got to go to that one, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Actually-
Why don't you tell him, Bo?
Actually, it is kind of a huge win. East Forsyth getting their first region win over Cedar Shoals in a close contest. And I think that's a testament to the program and what Coach Alice is doing over at East Forsyth, building the program. We saw it happen with Tommy Jones at Cherokee Bluff, and now East Forsyth seems to be kind of on that same path.
I'm gonna jump in here and add I'm gonna add a couple of teams to the list. Banks County going 2-0. I didn't think necessarily that they would. I think I picked them, but that was a tough game. And I'm a little surprised that they're coming in at 2-0. I mean, also just not necessarily the fact that Lumpkin County beat Franklin County because we all thought that, but the way they did it was surprising to me. I mean, you're talking 41-0 at halftime. They could have won that game by exactly as many points as they chose to in that one. And how about East Jackson also?
You took everything I was going to say, Caleb, so I'm done.
That's revenge for a couple of weeks ago when you took my lock. So there you go.
Okay.
But East Jackson winning 26-0 after really looking rough on offense the first couple weeks of the season. going on the road to West Hall and winning 26-0. That'll be a shot in the arm for them, I think.
On the other side of that game, were you kind of surprised that that West Hall really didn't have more for?
I wasn't surprised necessarily that they lost, because I did think that was going to be a very competitive game. I was surprised at the way they lost.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll jump in here. The fact that St. Pius hasn't scored in like 10 quarters.
Yeah.
Jefferson's defense showed up and looked like the Jefferson defense of old. And then I'm going to go off the board here a little bit. How good is the SEC?
How bad is the
Pac-1?
How bad is the Pac-12?
13-1 last week for the SEC,
and it
should have been 14-0
I was about to say,
Brian Kelly has any special teams.
Yeah,
about to say, if it took 2 muffed punts and a blocked extra point for that one loss to happen.
By the way,
and a blocked field goal too. They blocked a field goal in the first quarter.
Yep.
By the way, since you bring that game up, so toward the end when the punt was muffed, right? Florida State picks it up, they go into the end zone. ESPN cuts to commercial immediately, and I'm like, okay, this game is over. So I go to bed. I wake up Monday morning, and folks are asking me, "Hey, did you finish watching that game last night?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, it was over when I went to bed. Florida State scored on a muff punt." Oh no, you need to go look that up. I was so mad at myself after I went and watched a video clips of the ending of that game. Just insane the way that game ended. And now Florida State, they're world champs.
Maybe not there yet, but
Well, some of the Twitter posts.
You knew that was one of those games where you knew whatever team lost, there was going to be a firestorm around them that week. Now, we didn't know it was going to have the extenuating circumstances of all the special teams mess, but we knew whoever lost that game was going to get, a firestorm around them from a media standpoint that weekend. It was LSU. But it would have been Florida State if they had lost.
Yeah, well, Brian Kelly's brought a lot of that on himself as well.
That's true. That's true.
A lot of it on himself. But anyway, so high school football last week. We look at the picks this week. Let's see. It was Walker, Seth, and myself finishing at the top of the 14-3 week. Jeff in at 13-4. Caleb in at 13-4, and the overall results look like this: Walker, Seth, Jeff, myself, and Caleb.
We have a new leader.
We do.
All alone this time.
We have a solo
leader.
leader.
Hang on. By the way, I'm also looking at Jeff's standings. I got to correct him on something because he's got me being 2-1 in my locks.
I didn't put that in there.
I put that in there.
That's not true.
I'll take credit for that. I put that in there. I think you're 2-1.
I'm 3-0 because I got East Forsyth.
I think you had a loss week 2 in the loss. Your spread was off.
Because week 2 I had who did I have week 2?
I don't have those.
I don't either.
I had them.
We will review that and we will
check the tape.
I am beginning to see a theme here.
Whenever
Walker is involved, we have disputed stats.
You are throwing the red flag.
Well, yes.
No, I had a sticky
I had
note,
North. I had North Forsyth.
I forgot.
I remember what it was now. I had North Forsyth plus 14 at Forsyth Central. They won 35-14.
Okay, so what'd you have week 1 then?
Week 1. That's a good question.
We have bogged down massively here.
Like I said,
I went through this morning and did it because I was curious where I stood because where I stood in that column as well. So,
well, we'll check that out and get back to everyone on what the locks. What the locks are. All right, guys. So this week,
peace is at stake.
This week is a slack week as far as games. Only 14 games, the smallest schedule we'll have this year during this week. So, anything you're looking for this week? Anybody?
Yeah, I want to see who gets off to a good start in 8-4A. You've got some really interesting matchups. I mean, you've got some matchups with the teams that are kind of, when I say on the bubble, we're just unsure. Like, there's a lot of questions around Cherokee Bluff. Madison County did not make the playoffs, but has talent. You look at North Hall. Walnut Grove, traditionally not very good, but they're 2-0, but they beat 2 Class A teams. And North Hall's looking to try to get it right. So there's some huge games in 8-4A. And then you look at East Hall Chestatee, last 6 games, 94 average points scored. But this year, you got a couple of offenses that are kind of trying to find itself, and East Hall's playing defense. So, I think 8-4A has a lot of really compelling matchups this week. It's going to be I'm really curious to see who gets off to the good starts.
That's a good one. I mean, I'm really interested in that Jefferson-Oconee County matchup for sure. It's got all the coaching subplots with Travis Nolan having been at Oconee County, Ben Hall coming to Oconee County after he was previously the head coach at Jefferson. So a little bit of a carousel there, but I'm interested in that, and also because Jefferson is appearing to play better and better with each week, and Oconee County has looked pretty good in year one under Ben Hall. So I think it's just a good matchup football-wise as well. So that's a very interesting one to me too.
I think mine is a Temple-Lumpkin County game. I'm interested to see how Lumpkin County responds to Temple, who has a pretty powerful rushing attack. So that game is going to be interesting because I believe this is going to be the sternest test yet for the Indians as they host Temple. Walker, I don't know what you think about that game. We'll get to that pick'em game here in just a few minutes, but that's what I believe this week for Lumpkin is I want to see how they respond to a team like Temple.
Yeah. Temple's got the leading rusher in that classification.
Yeah, I was going to say the leading rusher in the classification, and you really haven't faced a stern running attack yet. It's been a lot of try and spread you out and run the football out of the spread. I think Temple's going to try and pack it in a little bit more, and so it'll be a big test for the front seven for the Indians this week to see if they can win on homecoming and take a perfect non-region record into region play come next week.
If Lumpkin, I pose this question, because, Lumpkin traditionally has not been very good in the last decade or so. If they win this game, do we finally say they're for real?
I mean, define what for real means.
Can they win the region?
See, it's tough because you've got Gilmer in there, who's a top 10 team in the state right now in AAA. You've got Wesleyan, who nobody really knows a lot about. Dawson's got offense. White County's got offense and defense. It's still a very tough region, but I think they're definitely in the conversation for a playoff spot.
They weren't in the conversation at all at the beginning of the year. So that's what I'm saying. If they win this game, if they played themselves not just in the conversation, but a playoff team.
This game is, if Lumpkin wins this game, but let's just go ahead and get to the pick on this game since we're talking about it. If Lumpkin
let's dive right in.
This game, I think this is going to be a big head turner for a lot of folks around the state because of they're 3-0. Union County probably was the best team out of those three that they beat. Mm-hmm. So now you're looking at Temple, and this is not taking away anything from their body of work in the first 3 weeks, by the way. But we're just looking at facts. Temple brings in a tough football team on paper. They're coming to Dahlonega. Will that matter? They have the leading rusher in what class? What are they, Class Single A?
Class Single A.
Class Single A.
Division I, bigger division.
Yeah, the kids rushed like 637 yards in 3 games. So just insane. So they know they're going to have a heavy rushing attack. If Lumpkin County can get this win, yes, that's going to be a big head turner, and I believe that will push them up toward the mid-pack of the region, if not maybe the outside runner for the region championship. I will start the picks this week. I'm going with Temple to beat Lumpkin County.
Why? See, I'll go the other way. I think that Lumpkin County is up for the task. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere, homecoming. So everybody in Dahlonega is going to be there. You've got a 3-0 team in Dahlonega to go with that. So there's the added excitement around the program, not to mention all of the homecoming festivities where everybody comes to the burial grounds, and it's the biggest crowd of the year. Temple's got a long road trip. That's a very long road trip for them to come up to Dahlonega and have to go through Atlanta traffic and get up to the mountains. And it's a different style of football when you go from the middle of the state all the way up to North Georgia. You're going to have the different officiating crews. There's a lot going against Temple. They have a great running attack, and I think, like I said, Lumpkin County's front seven is going to have to stand up to the test. But I think Lumpkin County wins this one close, but they can improve to 4-0 this week if they're able to get the offense that they have been getting out of Cooper Scott, Cal Faulkner, Harper Davenport, and company.
I'm going to agree with everything that he just said.
Ditto?
Ditto. I'm once again tie my success to Walker's.
Of course you are.
I'm going Lumpkin.
I was about to say, I don't know necessarily if Lumpkin County can slow down Temple's ground attack, but I do think Lumpkin County can match them blow for blow probably, because Lumpkin's ground attack has looked really good. I think this could be a little bit of a shootout, a running shootout, if that makes any sense. And this could be one of those 41-34 type ball games. But I'm taking Lumpkin County. I think they get it done at home.
I'm going to agree. I kind of feel like they've just looked pretty good. They've got a lot. Those kids have a lot of confidence right now. I mean, that's kind of the only thing they were really missing was just confidence and being able to win, learning how to win. I think in their first 3 games they've learned how to do this, and I think they're going to put themselves on the map. I think it's going to be close. I don't know if it's going to be a shootout. I actually, I think both ground games will get going, but I think the defense will kind of bow up a little bit once you get into the red zone. But I think it'll be a close game, but I'm looking for Lumpkin to win. Let's go 4-0.
Another game that's very interesting on the slate to me is Cherokee Bluff at Madison County, for the reason that Bluff has been off for a couple weeks now. They've had an opportunity to kind of work some of the kinks out of what we thought they were going to be better defensively than offensively. It's kind of been flip-flop. They've been better offensively and not so good defensively. And, of course, that is opponents that they have played. But they're going into Madison County in their region opener. I have to think here, and I guess I'll start first again. I have to think here Coach Tommy Jones and his staff have fixed the situation. So I'm going to go with Bluff in this one against Madison County to get their first region win, just because they've had the 2-week layoff, the 2 weeks to work on some things. They know what they have to do, and that coaching staff will get it right. So I'm going to pick Bluff this week.
I did a Region 8-4A kind of primer for this week, and I talked to Tommy Jones this week, and he said the things the problems are just they're a young team and they're making young mistakes. And so I asked him, I said, well, you've had a couple of weeks. He felt that they were making some progress. Madison County is one of those teams. They're putting some points on the board. They're pretty tough at home. I think Cherokee Bluff has a much better showing defensively than they have been doing. But I'm going to go with Madison County at home in this one, just because I think that Bluff is they've just got some issues they've got to work out, and this is going to be a tough opener on the road. Madison County was only a couple of possessions last year making the playoffs in a pretty good region. So I'm going to go with the Red Raiders, but I think it'll be a close game.
I'm going to go with Cherokee Bluff in this one. Their offense has been pretty good. I think Cherokee Bluff's offense is getting better as the season goes on. Now you've had a bye week to kind of lick your wounds after 2 pretty tough football games. And by the way, that Adairsville offense that Cherokee Bluff gave up 51 points to, I think we all kind of said, that's kind of a rough performance. Well, yes, they got run out of the building by Rabun County, but they also put up 36 points in Tiger, which is a heck of a lot more than, for example, Stevens County did. That's a good Adairsville offense. So I don't necessarily fault Cherokee Bluff a ton for giving up a lot of points up there in Adairsville. That was also a really crazy game. I think this one could be a little high scoring too, but I think Cherokee Bluff finally gets over the hump this week. I think their offense continues to improve. I think they put up a pretty good spot out there in Danielsville, and I think Cherokee Bluff wins.
Yeah, I played for Coach Jones, and coming off of a bye week, the game plan is always, we're focusing on ourselves for the bye week, and then we'll turn our attention to whoever it is. And I don't think that in the 4 years that I played for Coach Jones, we lost coming off of a bye. I love Cherokee Bluff.
You could have told me that before I made my pick.
I love Cherokee Bluff here. I love the offense. They may need to outscore Madison County. There's still some question marks on the defensive side of the football, but I like Bluff's offense to outscore the Red Raiders.
Can I change my pick?
No.
What do you mean no?
Nope.
You withheld
immediate
that
and irrevocable
jewel.
no.
Nope.
No. You didn't let me pick first.
Wait. Time out, Walker. He actually talked to Coach Jones on
He didn't tell me
Wednesday. So
he didn't tell me that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Seth, what you got? Coattails, or are you going to make a separate pick than Walker?
I'm going to go coattails. Coattails on this one. I agree actually with you, Bo, more so than anything. With the time that they've had to correct the areas that they need to correct, I think this Bears team gets it done.
Y'all are leaving me hanging out there all by myself.
All by yourself.
I was like 2 seconds from singing. Like, you beat me barely.
All right, another Region 8-4A matchup, East Hall and Chestatee. I have no clue what to think about this matchup, and I am not going first this time. I will yield my time to Jeff Hart.
Why do I have to go first?
Just because you're
I want
to the
Walker
left
to go first. I want to see what kind of jewels he has. Go ahead.
I'll go first.
I'm
fine with it. I'm in the lead. I don't mind going first.
There it is.
Oh, and the arrogance before the fall has reared its head.
East Hall's defense is actually showing up this year, which is a shock to, I think, everybody. And the fact that they normally score a lot of points and have to outscore people. Their defense is starting to pick up the slack on that side of the football. I like East Hall going into Chestatee and getting the win. I think it's close, but I think they win it outright.
All right, I'll go second. I agree with you. I feel that this game, 94 points is the average in the last 6 years. But both offenses are kind of struggling, trying to find themselves, and East Hall is playing some defense. And I think that one unit will be the difference in a one-possession game, maybe a 10-point game. But I think East Hall is also going to win this game.
I am going to take Chestatee.
Ooh, and there it is.
I'll tell you why. Because this feels a lot to me for Chestatee like the West Hall game last year. Does anybody here remember that one? So Chestatee loses their first 2 games last year. West Hall had started 2-0. Everybody was feeling good about the Spartans and what direction they were heading in, and they went into Chestatee, and Chestatee just out of absolutely nowhere put it on them. Yeah. And we were all shocked, and Chestatee ended up kind of turning their season around on that night. This feels like that to me because, yes, East Hall's 2-0. I don't think they've really faced a team that can make them pay in the passing game yet. You good over there, Jeff?
I think so.
Okay, good.
It was still very loud, even though your mic was off.
I was trying to warn
It was not off. He did not give me enough time.
Do you need some water?
I've been drinking water. That made me cough.
Oh.
So maybe I should hold off from that.
Perhaps
But now
you should.
Turn my mic off.
Now I did,
Yes, yeah, there it is.
Can you get this right?
Okay, so
This is right.
So anyway, Caleb.
Like I was saying.
Wow.
Back to you, Caleb.
I don't think East Hall, their defense has played better. I don't think they've played a team that can really challenge them in the passing game yet. West Hall has struggled scoring. We just saw them get shut out by East Jackson. Johnson is a single wing running team. I don't think we've seen anybody yet that can really put pressure on East Hall's secondary. I think Chestatee's going to do that this week, and I think you'll see Kermode, the quarterback for Chestatee, have a kind of breakout performance here at home, and I think Chestatee wins it. Could it be a shootout? Maybe, but East Hall's offense only put up 13 points against Johnson. Now, that's an improved Johnson defense, but I think Chestatee wins, and I actually feel pretty confident about it.
Can I change my pick after that?
No, you cannot change your pick. By the way, this game last year, 85 combined points.
It's normal for these two to do this to each other.
So,
completely normal.
62 to 50
as
last
Jeff
year.
said at the start of the show, they averaged, 94 points their last
6 games.
6 games? Holy cow. I don't think that's going to happen this year, though. I have zero explanation on this other than the fact that I'm going to go with East Hall in this one. So, there you go.
No
Seth,
explanation necessary.
No explanation necessary.
First of all, I want to see one where Caleb makes a pick and then just blatantly says, "I'm not going to tell you why," and then it's just quiet for the remainder of the time. That'd be great. That'd be funny. But I think I pick on him, but I'm going to agree with him.
Okay.
I pick on him, but I'm going to agree with him.
You go with Chestatee?
So yeah, I think Chestatee will pull this one out.
You have abandoned Walker. Just poof.
For now, yeah. Every now and then I do.
You've jumped off the coattails of Walker.
Well, I mean, hey, it worked with East Forsyth last week.
A.K.A. Walter McQuarrie.
Need to hack his social media and change his stuff to Walter McQuarrie.
All right, let's move on to the Jefferson and Oconee County game. And Caleb, you mentioned this in the opening, that this game interests you this week.
It does interest me, and let's just go ahead right into the pick since I already talked about why it's interesting.
That's right.
So I'm going to take Oconee County. Jefferson, we saw them defensively play very well last week against St. Pius, but again, let's revisit. St. Pius is really struggling on the offensive side of the ball so far this year. They've only put up 14 points all year. Also, that is an option team that is nothing like what Jefferson's going to see at Oconee County. I think the Warriors win this one down in Watkinsville. Yeah, that's my pick. I take Oconee County.
Jeff?
I'm going to go with Jefferson. I like what I see going on. The defense is playing better. The offense has been pretty stout, and I think they're going to be able to put some points up. And I think Jefferson's going to win this game. I think they win it by more than a touchdown.
So I got a chance to see Jefferson last week in person, and they were
through the rain.
Yeah, well, no, it didn't. It stopped raining at kickoff, so
that's right.
We had no more rain over at Jefferson. This game interests me from the fact that it's Jefferson Oconee. There's history there. Oconee has proven that their defense is pretty good through the first 3 games. I think giving up 8 points a game. Jefferson, though, they're scoring. I'm going to go with Jefferson in this one just for the fact that I liked what I saw out of course, Sammy Brown last week and Max Aldridge at quarterback. I think Jefferson has some weapons offensively. I think they will crack the Oconee County defense and get the win.
Man.
So just to clarify, the rain left it at kickoff for y'all, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have any rain at Stevens County.
Not a
I know where this is going.
I was in the building.
Who had rain?
Oh, that'd be me.
Here have rain?
That'd be the cameraman who got absolutely poured on for at least 45 minutes at Buford.
That's some great video, though.
It was great.
Yeah.
Wasn't great to capture,
No,
but
it was good.
So Seth walks into the studio late Friday night, probably close to midnight. And
very
I'm there
cold
working.
in this station at that point, by the way.
I'm in there working. I'm the only one in the building. Seth walks up to me and goes, "Feel my shirt." That's all he said.
And feel my pain.
And then the second he touched the bottom of my shirt, he just started laughing. The cruelest, meanest laugh that he could. Like that evil freaking look on his face. Just, you're gonna get sick. Like that's basically.
Did you get sick?
No.
The poncho didn't even work for you.
No, shout out to our friend David McGregor for loaning me a poncho that did not help at all.
No, well.
God love him, but it didn't help me one bit.
All right, so what's your pick, Seth?
My pick is Jefferson.
What's your pick, Walker?
I'm going to go Oconee. I think that they're going to find a way to get through that Jefferson defense and outscore Jefferson in this one. I've got Oconee.
Seth needs to pick before Walker for the rest of the
Seth
show.
is like, dadgummit. I had no coattail to ride through that one.
I would have picked Jefferson either way.
All right, guys, let's get to the pick 'em portion of the show. We'll start at the very top with Banks County at Franklin County.
I'll go first. I'm going to take Banks.
Yeah, I'm going to take Banks County, too. Franklin County has looked really rough so far this year.
Banks.
Yeah, Banks.
Banks. Stevens at Dawson County. I'll go with Stevens.
Yeah, hard to pick against Stevens after what they've done, or after what they just did to Flowery Branch, I should say.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Stevens.
This is going to be a fun one though to watch. I don't think this is a blowout. I think Stevens County wins, but playing at Tiger Stadium, I think Dawson can stay in it for a while. I'll take Stevens, but close.
All right, Clark Central at Gainesville.
Gainesville.
Yeah, Gainesville.
Yeah, I'm taking Gainesville.
Gainesville as well.
Gainesville.
Hey.
Central Gwinnett at Habersham Central. That was interesting.
You want to start this one, Caleb?
Yeah, this will be a little bit of an interesting measuring stick because I think Habersham Central, Jackson County could be the two teams that are fighting for one of those last playoff spots in 8-6A. And we saw Jackson County play Central Gwinnett last week, lost a tough one 17-13. I think Habersham wins this in Mount Airy. I actually think they win it by a couple of touchdowns.
I agree. I like the offense, and Habersham's been playing some pretty good defense. It'll be a close game, but I think Hab's going to pull this one out.
Yeah, Habersham.
I agree as well. Habersham on that one.
So that was an agreement across the board.
What?
I love how both me and Walker started talking at the same time, and then Bo just took it over.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, I'm going to let Walker speak,
So
and then Bo was like, heck with both of you. I'm going to talk.
I was going to let Seth speak.
Aw,
You're going to ride Walker's coattails again?
I suppose.
Okay.
Creekside Christian at Lakeview Academy.
I'll take Lakeview to get back in the one column.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Lakeview.
I'll take the Lions.
Lakeview.
What the heck? I'll go too. Fine, whatever. Mountain View at Jackson
Don't
County.
act so daggum happy about it, Bo. Dang.
Lakeview has struggled over the last couple of weeks. I know they've played.
Who did you take?
I'll take Lakeview.
Okay.
Mountain
He hopped on the old bandwagon.
Mountain View at Jackson County.
I'm going to go with the 7A Mountain View. I think that's kind of a tough loss for Jackson. And I saw Mountain View. They played Gainesville pretty tight in that first half. And I think if they have fixed a few things, I see them going into Jackson County and winning that game.
I think Mountain View's the best team Jackson County's going to have seen all year, so I'll take the Bears.
I think so too.
Agreed.
The Bears.
Agreed.
Rock Springs Christian at Lanier Christian.
LCA.
LCA all the way.
LCA.
Yeah. LCA. North Forsyth at Creekview.
Hard to not pick North Forsyth
Yeah.
after beating West Forsyth last week.
Yeah, I'll go with Nofo.
Yeah, me too.
No foe.
Walnut Grove at North Hall.
This was a hard game to pick because I really feel like North Hall has a real chance to kind of get out of their funk a little bit, but they're still learning some things. And Walnut Grove looks pretty good. They have a rushing attack. North Hall has played nothing but spread teams so far, and I don't really know how good their run defense is. I'm going to go with Walnut Grove to sneak out of there with a win at the Brickyard, but North Hall can certainly win this game.
I'm going Walnut Grove on this one.
I'll go with the Grove.
I'm going to take North. Go ahead, Walker.
I was going to say I'll take Walnut Grove as well. I think it's an opportunity for North Hall to win, and it'll be a close game, but I think Walnut Grove and the experience they have is enough to pull them out.
I'll take North Hall. I'm going to go North Hall.
Providence Christian at Riverside Military. I'm going to go with Providence in this one.
I agree. I'm going Providence as well. Riverside's a year or two away.
I'm taking Riverside.
Providence.
I'm going to go with Providence. Although, man, actually, I'm going to go with Riverside. I'm going to go with Riverside.
Oh, so now we could change?
Yeah, when did...
Wow.
So I want to go back up here to the top.
Did we give you permission to change?
Look what I had picked beforehand. I had Riverside Military Academy.
He wrote them all down beforehand this week, and he's been reading them off, but he read that one wrong.
To be very clear, I am picking against Riverside. Nothing would make me happier to see them win.
Absolutely.
Well,
so, Caleb,
me
and you went out with Riverside on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, technically, you went with Providence first. And then you made.
And technically, we never saw Walker's first week pick.
Oh, I can show them to you.
Yeah, but you can.
Yeah.
You mean I can, which means you're going to make me superimpose them.
Yes.
It's the collusion going on here.
He has the receipts.
I have all the receipts.
Really?
All right, Union County.
Those things can be forged,
So is it Armucci or Armurchy?
Armucci.
Armucci.
I've heard it both ways. It's kind of like Rayburn
I've
or Rayburn.
only heard it that one way. What?
There's no.
You've never heard people call Rayburn?
Oh, I've heard it.
They do call him that.
I
Yeah.
actually.
Maybe it's that sort of thing.
Actually, when I was a kid and I would hear about Rayburn County, I always thought that it was spelled Raburn.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out that there was no second R in it when I got older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, so Union County at Armucci.
Walker, you start this.
No.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll take Union County. I like their offense and the ways that they're able to move the football. I think they can go on the road and get the win.
Yeah,
all right. So Seth's got Union County. I'm going to take Union County also.
Sure, go for it.
Move over, Seth. I'm taking Union County.
Who are you taking, Bo?
Union.
I'm going to go with Armucci on this one. I think this is I think they're better than what people think, and I'm going to go with Armucci.
I think I'm going to change my pick.
Help yourself.
I think is the rule that you can change it within your turn, but once the turn is moved on, you're locked.
That seems like a good idea.
I think that's a good rule.
I think
it's a good rule.
Once you make your pick and somebody else starts talking.
There you go.
I don't know, but then when
So
Walker,
if we checked the tape, I think we started talking after Jeff made his pick of Providence.
But I had Riverside marked down. I just said it wrong.
We'll check the tape.
Check the tape.
We'll check the tape.
You can check the tape all you want. I'm marking it down. I'm the official stat keeper.
All right,
I think we need to make someone else the official stat keeper.
I'm going to wait till the games are over, and I'm changing all of your picks.
That is cheating in the highest order.
Absolutely.
Everybody made their pick on that last game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's
It's
move.
only cheating if you get caught.
Let's move to the lock it portion of the show.
New segment.
Yeah.
I put it there every time.
I know.
It doesn't
who
make
won
sense
last
half the
week?
time either. I just put it there.
Hey, who won last week? Do we have who won the
I got
lock it
mine.
portion?
I got mine.
Pretty sure I won mine.
I got mine last week.
I got mine too.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody got the win last week.
Well, Walker's in first place. You want to go first, Walker?
I'll go first. I've been bouncing back and forth, and I think I'm going to take East Hall +8. I picked them to win outright, so I really like them with the touchdown and 2-point conversion. I'll take the Vikings on the road.
Seth, you're in second. Go ahead.
Come back to me. I haven't looked at them.
No,
That's not really.
No. He said come back. That means he's got to limit. Everybody else can take the picks.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm up next.
Disadvantage me. Just come back.
I like that.
I really don't know.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to take Lanier Christian -17. That's going to be a 50-point game right there. I think that's a lock. No doubt about it.
So, Bo, is it you or me now?
I think it's Bo.
That's Bo. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I have no clue.
You have no clue?
These lines were hard this week. Everybody's starting to finally get a hold of where teams really stand.
Right. Boy, that's going to make for some good video right there, Bo.
Isolate that sound.
Yeah,
good.
Shout out to the headphone listeners who just got destroyed by that.
Yeah. Walker, what'd you pick again?
Walker,
I picked East Hall +8.
Okay.
I will take Cherokee Bluff.
-2. Okay.
Seth, are you still ready? Are you ready yet over there? Are you still?
Just make a pick.
He's that dude at the table that
I'm
can't decide
reading.
what he wants to eat.
I just picked up the menu, Caleb. You go, Caleb.
All right, I'll go. I'm going to ride for the second week in a row. Actually, no, second time in 3 weeks. I'm going to take North Forsyth. -13 on the road at Creekview. I actually think North Forsyth is going to win by a good bit more than that. So I'll take North Forsyth -13.
So everybody recount yours again.
I took Lanier Christian.
Just him. I heard Caleb just now.
I took Lanier Christian.
Okay. Bo
I took East Hall.
Yep.
Bo took Cherokee Bluff.
Okay. I'm going Jefferson +4.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
That was a strong consideration for me too.
Yeah, that was yeah, there were some tough lines.
Pardon for my delay, everyone.
Although
Usually when I see an email from Caleb, I just ignore it.
Much like you ignore my emails.
I send you one email a week, and it's that email.
And I still ignore it.
Yeah. And that's why we're all having to sit here waiting on you.
Also, story time, truth time. Every time I have the station vehicle and it's possible, I make sure and put it right in your parking spot and leave it there.
I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware of that.
I know,
we
because
were
I can
driving-
picture you in the morning just pulling up and seeing it and just
I remember I think we were coming back from the Johnson soccer at McEachern, and we're getting home it's like midnight, 1 o'clock. And Seth, I was like, well, you got the choice of your parking lot. And he goes, I'm going right in the Caleb's spot. And boom, he went right in there.
Yes.
I would go back at you by parking it in your spot, but you don't have
it.
You don't have a parking spot. So.
Well, that spot doesn't have your name on it.
But why
It's just
do you have a parking spot?
He doesn't. It's just where he likes to
because
park.
I get here before almost anybody else in the building.
Yeah, but
so why do you take that one?
why
not
do you
the
take
other
that one? That's what I want.
Because it's right by the door. I'm lazy. That's why. It's right by the door.
But the other one's right by the door.
That's
too.
correct.
Right, but Kimberly parks in that spot.
Chivalrous enough. I'll give you points for that.
All right, guys. Radio games this week are tonight. You can check out AM 550, which is what is AM 550?
It's a radio station. WDUN. That's where we work, Bo.
It's where we work. Check the tape on that one. AM 550 is Cherokee Bluff at Madison County. East Hall at Chestatee on 102.9 and 94.5 The Lake is Clark Central at Gainesville. So there you have it, folks. Our radio. Also check us out on Twitter at Friday Game Night. Everybody else here, I'm at Thebo Wilson, Jeff's at Hart JJ22, at Hutch9473, and at WT something.
Walker _2411.
Oh, okay. So totally messed that
Nice
one
try,
up.
Bo.
It took me about a year to get Caleb's right. So.
Yeah.
And Seth, he's on the Insta.
Yes.
At something cameraman _
Camera _ Seth.
There you go. All those underscores. All right, folks. That's a wrap for today.
Yeah, what is that? What's with that?
Don't forget.
What's an underscore?
No, what's with the underscores?
I don't know.
You got two of them.
And?
He has one.
Highlight stories and more tonight on the Friday Game Night page. And enjoy week number 4 of high school football.
We're rolling?
Yep, rolling and ready. Oh, God, come on.
What are we rolling on? What are we supposed to roll on?